I've always struggled with style during warmer weather months in New York City, particularly when it gets very humid. And several of you who live in hotter climates year-round have commented about the same issue. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about this, since spring is fast approaching and I know lots of you are probably shopping for spring clothes right now. And before we know it, it'll be time to shed all those layers and start sweating. Stick around till the end of this video and you'll be ready to move past plain t-shirts and shorts and make considered decisions about fabric, texture, shape, proportions, color, pattern, and even add some character to your looks. And as I like to do, I'll use some visual design analogies to highlight many of the key points I'll be making throughout. If you find this video helpful, informative, or even entertaining, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with insights on all things style, fashion, and design. Now let's get started. When the heat and humidity rise, it's easy to default to basic t-shirts and shorts. They're comfortable, sure, but not exactly memorable. The challenge in summer style is to stay cool while standing out, and the secret lies in being intentional with the few pieces that you wear. More specifically, it comes down to fabric choice because in warm weather, texture is everything. The first and most obvious fabric to consider is linen. Made from the fibers of the flax plant, linen is incredibly strong and dries faster than cotton. Its open weave allows for better airflow, making it the perfect foundation for a summer wardrobe. Linen pants and shorts are especially versatile and very easy to find. Uniqlo's linen pants are a no-brainer at $50. They come in a relaxed, easy fit and feature a drawstring, elasticized waist to really maximize comfort. They come in 6 neutral colors. Cotton On, an Australian brand, also has a drawstring waist linen pant, which is $70. A bit more dressed up is an option from the British brand Sunspell, which comes in at $345, but it's a classic cut of trouser that will never go out of style. The second key fabric is sheer or semi-sheer materials, a smart way to add lightness and subtle texture. These fabrics allow air and light to flow through while offering a sophisticated layered look. Fully sheer shirts might feel a little too bold for most guys, but semi-sheer options, especially when you layer them over a tank top, work really for almost anybody, and they're on trend for spring 2025. This classic Madras shirt from Industry of All Nations is undyed and unbleached and comes in a super lightweight 100% cotton. It's a classic style that is semi-sheer and will work perfectly over a tank. Todd Snyder's Rayon Hollywood shirt has an easy fit and a camp collar and a squared off hem, making it ideal for hotter climates. It's also got a semi-sheer quality, making it ideal to wear over a tank. And lastly, I know this sounds counterintuitive, but I want to make a case for knits, especially open weave knits. The open weave quality will make these garments very cool and easy to wear in the heat. They work especially well for tropical nighttime climates. This cotton cashmere cardigan from Orally is knitted from 4 different yarns, and as you can see via the background, features an open knit. It's a bit costly, however, at $1,500, but bear in mind this was hand knit from 4 different yarns. Open knits like this lace pattern by Uru can come in the form of shirts. This one features a camp collar and a squared off hem, making it super easy to wear. And again, if you're a bit shy and don't want to show this much skin, you can easily add a tank underneath. Available from Amazon currently for $25. A similar style is available from Levi's for $70, and there are many other brands that have very similar shirts. I do want to stick with the idea of an open knit cardigan because it's a bit more practical and can be worn unbuttoned, which will make it even cooler when it needs to be. British menswear brand Wax London has a beautiful one for $230 in this lovely ecru color. Now, where the real magic starts is when you start juxtaposing these 3 fabrics and knits. By combining these different textures, you're creating contrast, which is what Johannes Itten discussed in The Art of Color. Itten was a Swiss expressionist painter, designer, teacher, writer, and theorist, and a notable pioneer in the Bauhaus movement. and contrasting textures is exactly what we're doing here. If you're a little more on the shy side, consider playing with these 3 different textures in a monochromatic context. But if you're feeling more advanced, imagine layering one semi-transparent color over another. So, to recap, one way to elevate your summer wardrobe is to lean into fabrics that bring a touch of the unexpected, and here are a couple of examples. Pair an open weave knit with linen trousers and create contrast between the smoothness of the linen pants against the organic roughness of the knit. Layering sheer or semi-sheer over undergarments creates depth and contrasts opacity with density. Note in this last example that the sheer shirt's element of shine adds another layer of contrast to the matte quality of the pants. Yoji Yamamoto has some amazing semi-sheer shirts that use delicate fabrics in relaxed cuts. He's a master of creating layers of visual depth without sacrificing cool. Go beyond basic linen and look for slubbed or crinkled textures that add dimension to lightweight pieces. This shirt, for example, from 120% lino, has a subtle, crinkly texture that pairs very nicely against the smoother quality of the pants. As I talked about in a recent video about the 5 levels of men's style, contrasting proportions is a powerful tool in creating dynamic graphic design compositions, and this certainly extends to personal style. Why does this work so well? Well, it creates visual hierarchy and can add some tension as well as balance. In both graphic design and fashion, using contrasting proportions breaks monotony and conveys a sense of intentionality and sophistication. Wider leg trousers is a great way to add some proportional contrast in the heat. The relaxed fits promote airflow, and choosing lighter fabrics will help breathability. Paired with contrasting fit tops or overshirts, it can really add some dynamism to your summer wardrobe. La Mer's big chino pants are $890 and are constructed of a cotton linen gabardine, which is light and fluid. They're wide and add a little bit of drama without going too over the top. A bit more of an affordable option is from Cause. These linen wide leg pants are $150 and have a tailored look, but are cut to feel very laid back. These pants have a nice, relaxed shape with a clean finish. I appreciate the hook and bar waist detail, which gives the pants a clean finish when worn without a belt. You can also opt for something large and loose for your top. Boxy shirts with wide sleeves have a modern shape, and the roomier cut improves airflow. I'm a big fan of Barregna Venezia, an Italian menswear brand I first discovered through Nordstrom. They make high-quality garments at very reasonable prices, and they have a great selection of roomy, boxy-cut short-sleeve shirts that would pair very nicely with roomier trousers. Materials here make a difference, and they can vary. Cotton silk as well as cotton linen are a couple of blends that feel nice against the skin when it gets hot. I also love this option from German clothing company Meyers B. Schwanen. It's made from organic poplin and features a classic lay-flat collar. You can see the relaxed fit and imagine this being a practical addition to all kinds of looks. So far, everything we've looked at has been in some pretty neutral colors, since we focused more on fabric composition and shape. But if you're ready to take your look to the next level, think about unconventional color pairings, or at least bolder single applications of color, along with pattern and other details that'll kick your look up a notch. Like a pop of color in a design composition, a single bold color can act as a focal point, establishing visual hierarchy and guiding the eye. So if the idea of wearing a ton of color or pattern makes you a little queasy, consider starting by just adding a single piece like a shirt in a bolder color worn against neutral pants or shorts. Even something like this washed red linen shirt from Nautica against a pair of neutral shorts, or this classic Ralph Lauren linen shirt which comes in many vivid colors. I love the way it's styled in these photos with wide navy pinstripe trousers and a green sweater tied around the waist. But even if you don't take it this far and just wear it with a pair of white pants, you'll be ahead of most when it starts to get very hot. If you're ready to step up your color game, think about how designers use opposites or complementary colors to add boldness without clashing, or how analogous colors can lend a more subdued feel. Think more tonal and earthy, warm or cool depending on your mood. I'm a big fan of pairing red and pink, for example, as in this coupling of linen shirting from Drake's for $295 with these muted pink pants from The Gap. I also love orange and blue together. They're complementary colors that can create a high contrast look. Billy Reid makes great linen shirting like this orange button down for $198, and paired with a rich French blue like in these cotton work pants from Le Laboureur, you will most certainly stand out from the crowd. Always remember that color pairings can be dialed up or back depending on saturation. A bright yellow against a French blue is definitely much more of a statement than the same colors muted. When you pare down your look to just a few pieces, for example, a top and some pants or shorts, opting for a pattern is the way to go to elevate your style one step further. Prints come in all shapes and sizes, so you have tons to choose from. P.S. Paul Smith has some really interesting modern takes on florals, as well as this very interesting motion blur print, all around $175 to $195. I was also really drawn to Sandro's modern florals like this graphic floral for $325, or this motion blur floral currently at $255. I also love how these shirts drape. On the more traditional end, I love this camp shirt from Joe's Jeans for $178, which features vertical stripes and has a traditional menswear feel, but the shirt is cut from viscose to lend a really nice loose drape. Large, high contrast graphics on summer shirts can really have an impact on your overall summer style, like this linen shirt from Frescobol Carioca for $265, or this zebra print from Orlebar Brown for $525. Lastly, Engineered Garments is a must-visit destination for men's patterned shirts. This brand masterfully blends classic Americana with unexpected patterns. The pieces feel both familiar but still unique. Their spring-summer lineup includes this multicolor African print patchwork camp shirt and their perennial popover BD shirts. My favorites are this navy, yellow, and green plaid and this very interesting floral stripe. In the same way that a hand-drawn element can bring warmth and personality to a sleek digital design, shirts with handcrafted details like embroidery, beading, or appliques can add a human touch to your wardrobe. These pieces stand out not because they shout, but because they invite a closer look, offering layers of texture and narrative. In hot climates where your outfit relies on fewer pieces, these intricate details become the focal point, turning a simple shirt into a statement. Whether it's the vintage-inspired storytelling of Bodhi or the utilitarian craftsmanship of Engineered Garments, these embellishments elevate your look by blending artistry with everyday wear. There's no way to talk about details like embroidery without bringing Bodhi into the discussion. The brand's approach to men's fashion is unique in its blend of historical storytelling, craftsmanship, and nostalgia. This beaded garden party shirt, for example, is inspired by an embroidered tablecloth from the 1950s, or their red tail baseball shirt, which is a reproduction of a baseball uniform from the 1960s. Their tennis lace short sleeve shirt was inspired by a scrap of novelty lace from the 1920s, and this solarium long sleeve shirt was inspired by a scrap of beaded yardage from the 1930s. A more budget-friendly option is this shirt from the Dutch brand Scotch and Soda. All of these details are embroidered on this linen shirt, which retails for $148. Another affordable option is from the brand Portuguese Flannel, like these embroidered linen and cotton blend shirts, or this one with embroidered flowers. And if you're not familiar with Gayabera shirts, they are an essential summer staple. Historically, the shirt has roots in Cuban culture, but has evolved into a global warm weather staple and are typically made from lightweight fabrics like linen or cotton. They're distinguished by the decorative pleats, embroidered panels, and pocket detailing. I love this linen long sleeve version from Engineered Garments, but more affordable options are certainly widely available. Cuba Vera, for example, has a very wide selection including long and short sleeve Gayaberas in many colors and fabrics. This classic linen short sleeve option is on sale for $35. Designers use different typefaces to convey distinct moods and functions, and I like to think of warm weather footwear in the same way. They're foundational in that they can help shape the tone of your entire look, which in general should feel easy and relaxed. Canvas sneakers are like a clean, heavy-lifting sans serif font. Casual, approachable, and adaptable to almost any setting. I prefer classic low-profile sneakers with minimal detail, like white Jack Purcells. They're a clean and modern classic that will go with just about any look. Loafers function like a classic serif typeface. Their shape is timeless, elegant, and offers a polished finish to even the most relaxed looks. Astroflex makes some handsome slip-on loafers that have a slouchy, easy feel, and these come in many materials ranging from leather to suede in multiple colors. These are a no-brainer that will pair with most outfits. Lastly, I like to think of desert boots as the visual equivalent of a well-crafted display font. Distinctive, slightly rugged, adding a bit of personality without overpowering the overall composition. Though they may seem counterintuitive for hot weather, desert boots actually date back to World War II and were designed for desert conditions, so they are actually super versatile for summer. Their crepe sole and suede or leather uppers are a handsome, more rugged alternative to loafers and pair very well with just about anything. Jeans, linen pants, I'd even wear them with shorts. Clark's original version comes in many colors and finishes, including leather and suede, and are a classic that will never, ever go out of style. When it gets very hot outside, the thought of footwear like heavy leather boots or technical sneakers makes me slightly uncomfortable, and I think it's because visually it's antithetical to the notion of dressing down for comfort and style in warm weather. I don't want to add complexity or heaviness, and visually, shoes like this worn during hot weather do exactly that. And lastly, I want to call out the obvious sandals and espadrilles, which are great options if you don't have any trouble wearing them. Dressing for hot weather isn't just about staying cool. It's about embracing the same design principles we've discussed before that make an outfit feel intentional and distinctive. From sheer and open-knit layers to bold patterns and colors, making choices like the ones we've discussed is just like any exercise in design. You want to look as good as possible with the very few pieces you're working with, so in the end, it's all about these details and how you play them off of one another. By thinking in terms of texture, color, form, and contrast, you can design the best look for yourself in the same way that a designer would finish a layout. Do you have a favorite summer wardrobe staple that keeps you cool and stylish? Let us know in the comments so we can all level up our summer wardrobes. If this guide gave you a fresh perspective on warm weather style, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more stylish insights. And don't forget, design has the power to elevate our lives if we let it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!